I'm live. Hey, it says I'm live. We're kind of live. Yeah, let's see. Testing one, two, three. Is this thing working? Is this thing on? Like, BJ jumped in for just a minute. Looks like Denise Zuckerman in the house and Kino Kid. We are 8 minutes early, so to jump in and make sure this thing was working properly. So please let me know if you happen to be in the chat at this point, if it's working and you can hear me and such. Have Neil in the house. Benny's in the house. There's Kino again. Five eyes on us at this point. So we'll chill for a little bit here. Kino, yeah, I got Kino in the house. Got L&D, Lisa and Drew. Good to see you. Enjoyed your cooking video again the other day. Baked haddock looked like a tasty treat. Matt Wilson in the house. Thanks for joining us tonight, Matt. By us, I mean me. We are chilling out here. Tina in the house. I think Walt had another video tonight. Walt's out of control, man. He's got more videos than Kino. You can't stop. On vacation, Dell, Shannon, whatever you want to call him, he's in the house. Hello, John Pritchard from the UK. John is up very late tonight. John, you should go to sleep. It's a school night. So, yeah. Hate to tell you this, I'm completely sober tonight. I've been on the coffee since I got off work, so you'll get to find out just how annoying I am when I'm wired. But we will mellow that out here shortly. Ronnie C., welcome. Glad you could join us. The official festivities should be starting here in a few minutes. I did not see the Matt Bridger live stream earlier today. I was working, but I will try to check that one out. I've been really bad about keeping up with my friends across the pond of late. Nikki did a video on his cruise, and I keep meaning to check that one out as well. But we'll look forward to seeing what Mr. Bridger has up his sleeve. Frontiersman, welcome, Walt. Glad to have you here. If you're at all interested in the history of the United States, particularly of the Civil War era, check out Walt's video from, I think, a couple of days ago. He visits a Civil War battlefield and explains what went on during the battle. Pretty cool. I definitely would like to see more of those videos. Walt is constantly making video. He has taken over from Penny's, who used to make a video every day. Now Walt makes a video every day. Yeah, someone asked if I really had only had been on the coffee today. Yes. Well, I'm going to do a shot right before we start this officially. Kino, those are fighting words. Civil War buff. Well, I think what do you want to call it? I think I've already shown myself to be a bit of a fan of history in all of its interesting configurations. In fact, it was history that first drew me to Matt Wilson's channel and his remembrances of Vegas childhood visits. Pretty cool. All right, so we got a shot of vodka first. We'll probably do a few more during the video, but we will not be passing out today. I think that that video involved probably a dozen shots of vodka. 1 week from tonight, I'll be in the air flying to Vegas. That is pretty cool. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, I need to get back and do more Vegas history stuff. That may become, but I mean, there's so many different ways, so many things you can talk about in terms of Las Vegas. But I really had fun when we did kind of the block by block look at Vegas history. which basically we got through the downtown area. That was really cool to learn, for sure. 1 week will fly by, Matt. I was telling the boys the other day, the rest of the horsemen, two of which are working tonight, so they may or may not drop in, that just the planning of this thing has been so much fun that the actual event, I won't say it'll be anticlimactic, but it'll be kind of sad when it's actually here, because that means it'll be slipping away from us before we know it. Thank you, Neon Vacation, for the $4 super sticker. That's very nice. That will buy Mark 4 beers at the stage door. But we will, I don't know if we'll be frequenting the stage door, but we are giving away secrets about the trip tonight, because there are no more secrets left. But anyway, 10 eyes in the house. Thank you all for joining us. If you have any questions, another Ask Me Anything about the trip, let me know. I have no idea, Dell. I have no idea what sorts of strange configuration. Matt, if you're there the 9th through the 14th, you're going to overlap with Matt Bridger. Should definitely reach out to him. I'm guessing if he has not seen your videos, he would be really. I think he would be really interested in them. Certainly the older videos, because he is also a Vegas history buff. You didn't miss very much, Denise. We're just kind of chit-chatting. We won't officially get started until 8. We do have 15 people in the house, which is very nice. That you all could join me on a school night. Yeah, we had reached out to Bridger. I think PJ actually reached out to him because he was originally going to be in town the first week of September as well. Of course, that trip fell through, but I believe he'd at least agreed to hang out with us for a couple of hours one night. I am not certain about that. Has he seen your vlogs? Good, good. Like I said, I think he would be really fascinated by that. So we are 1 minute to 8 o'clock. We'll be right back, and we will officially start the show. So talk amongst yourselves. Matt, I saw your question about where I'm staying. Denise wants all the details to come in 60 seconds. Okay, well, it's 8 o'clock, so we'll officially start this thing. Ace of Vegas in the house. I just literally finished watching Ace's Resorts World room tour video. We're starting this. Yeah, no, I'm back. I'm back. It's all good. Everybody's watching the Resorts World room tour. Believe it or not, have not watched a single room tour of Resorts World, although I'm sure there's 2,500 of them out there. Hey, Slot Gypsy's in the house. They must have snuck in while I snuck out. Hey, I'm just curious here. We've got a dozen or so people. Looks like 15 people in the house. How many folks are going to be there for all or part, at least, of Rocktober next week and next weekend? Show of hands. I know a few of you are. Yep, Slot Gypsy's in the house. I know we'll talk about at least one, I know, meetup I think we're going to do with the Slot Gypsies. If you didn't see the other day, Brian Christopher was nice enough to shout out the Slot Gypsies slot channel. That was a really nice thing. That's right. Marktember. Is that what I said? Or Marktober? Well, my son is getting married. How dare your son? Well, have your son get married in Las Vegas. Oh, that's great. Congratulations. There will hopefully be many, many more times that we can meet up in Las Vegas and perhaps elsewhere. I think Walt and I are going to do a Civil War battlefield tour some year. Maybe after we're both retired. I know we're both tired. We're not retired just yet. So that's awesome. I'm pretty sure it's awesome. We need 70 subs. Yeah, if you're not subscribed to Slot Gypsies Travel, they do a fair amount of slot play, but there's also a lot of content as far as restaurants and hotels and everything. So it's not just them playing slots. It's Slot Gypsies and travel. All right, here we go. We got Steph in the house. Vegas to Cali, 20 people in the house. So anyway, where am I staying and why? Well, that's actually an announcement that I am making tonight. Just last night, I changed my hotel for the first 2 nights of the trip. You knew the Kenos would show. The Kenos show up every time I come to Vegas. I think they're obsessed with me. Actually, I think they're just obsessed with Vegas. Thank you, LA Shadow. Appreciate that. I know they do as well. I was told today that our good friend Crystal, used to be Vegas BB, was saying that she needs somebody to go live all night in Las Vegas because she always enjoyed waking up in the morning early and watching Steph's live streams. But I don't know that any of us are going to be ambitious enough. Problem is, if I wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning and I can't sleep, I'm probably laying around naked and nobody wants to see that. So, maybe I can point the camera out the window. If I get a nice view of a wall, like Movestro had at the Downtown Grand, but that would be worth watching all night long. LA Shadow, you're going to be in Vegas next week? That sounds awesome. $10 super chat, Slot Gypsies Travel. Thank you so much. I very, very much appreciate that. Hey, Andy. Thanks for joining us. Andy's on painkillers and edibles, I'm guessing. So, but yeah, LA Shadow. I know on Friday night we're going to be downtown on Fremont Street for a while. And then I know Saturday is kind of an open date for us, but we'll probably be hanging out in and around the Aria, since almost all of us are going to be staying at Aria. And there you go. Absolutely. Simone packing for a trip to Boston tomorrow, or to poke and prod our friend Andy again, and figure out a treatment that will require him at some point not to take painkillers and edibles, as much as he enjoys the edibles, I'm sure. Smoky Mountain Dinner video. The area. Speaking of which, I think today, it was today, although it's not today anymore, our friends Ben Heath and his lovely wife, I don't know how he scored her, Jessica, was their anniversary today. And their daughter is Aria. Not everybody knows that. One of these days I have to catch up on all the Frontiersman's videos. He does some really fun live streams too. The whiskey live stream the other night was very cool. So anyway, I never got around to answering Matt Wilson's question. He's probably left the chat in disgust at this point. You cannot blame him. I originally was going to spend the first 3 nights at Bally's, a property I always recommend and a place that I enjoy staying. And it's very close to the stage door where we're all planning to meet up next Wednesday night. Very late, but if you're going to be in and around, there'll probably be at least 3 different live streams at some point. Hello, Tom and Mindy. Thank you for joining us. I think Tom and Mindy are still planning to be in town next weekend. I know he's been under the weather a bit, but hopefully they're still planning to join us. And I had originally booked it for 3 nights. I was going to have an overlap with Aria because just to make sure that I wouldn't have to wait around to get checked in. I wouldn't have to check bags or anything. Finally decided that was kind of silly. And so I figured I would bump it back to 2 nights at Bally's. And then I went on the Caesars Rewards website, and pretty much every hotel would offer me 2 free nights. I looked at Caesars, but it was only the Forum Tower, and besides, it is a bitch getting in and out of that place. So I changed my reservation. The first 2 nights I'm going to be at Cromwell in a luxury room with a strip view. I know what that's like because I've been there before, but I am looking forward to that. That's even closer to stage door, and I don't have to cross a busy street. So that should be fun. So I hope I have not missed anybody who is in the house. So yeah, so the first 2 nights I will be at Cromwell. Looking forward to it. Good property. It's best in my mind during the middle of the week when they're not having quite so many pool parties and such. But it will be interesting to revisit that place. It's the Bears. Thank you, guys. Thank you, boys. Another vodka fest. Well, I do have a shot of vodka. So I mentioned to the folks that showed up in the pre-show, not advertised, that, yeah, exactly, Mark. Nestus almost got run over walking back from stage door. I do not even have to cross the street, which I think is a very good thing. So anyway, so for the Bears, I actually had a 1 shot. Otherwise, I've been drinking coffee all day. So I had 1 shot right before we started. Here's number 2. So anyway, more details, more deets. I believe Neil is joining, Neil Macedo, and I probably said that wrong. I believe he's joining us from Australia. Is that correct, Neil? I know we had a gentleman in here from the UK not too long ago. Yeah, there will be no kids involved. I don't know if I'm that strong a man, but the first 6 to 8 shots will be no problem. So yeah, I don't get into town until about 8:30 Vegas time. So, but we're planning to meet up. Hey, Seeking Vegas Sunrise, SVS, another channel you need to subscribe to. They are inching their way ever closer to 1,000. Anthony and Christina do some really fun Vegas videos. Great attitude, and of course they will be famous. They may get Best Supporting Actor and Actress for keynoting the keynotes in this year's vlogging awards. Should I have vlogging awards? Maybe Vegas Visual and I could co-host that. That might be fun. So yeah, I'll be lucky to get into my room and be ready by 9:30, 10 o'clock. But the 4 horsemen are going to meet up at the stage door to have a few dollar beers, maybe a few of those tasty wieners that they enjoy so much. Be a few surprises as well, but it should be a good time, and we'll see how much we all have in the tank. Mark and Liz should be in good shape because they will have already been in town for a couple of days, so they should have their Vegas legs under them. But Paul and Anastas, Ryan, and Paul, PJ, and I will all be. It'll be have been a long travel day for us, so we'll see how long we last. That's right, 4 horsemen. One thing about being older is that I actually had the opportunity to see the Horsemen live in a WCW event in Kansas City. There you go. But yeah, so that'll be the first night. That is one of, I guess, 4 sort of events, sort of these standard events. Matt, there will definitely be drunk talks. Like I said, there's a good chance. Daniel Ocean, thank you for joining us tonight. But yeah, Mark insisted that he be Ric Flair. So I said that if we're actually going to pick off, I get to be Arn Anderson because he had the glasses and everything. So that's the closest resemblance I've got. I said the other day, I think Liz is going to be JJ Dillon. She's going to be our manager. She could beat the crap out of the rest of us anyway. We know that. So we'll see how late we go on the first. But if you're up late or you can't sleep, check in. And there is every possibility that there will be some. Maybe we'll do simultaneous live stream. Who is Barry Windham? I don't know. Didn't we replace Barry Windham with Sting or vice versa? I can't remember. I liked Barry Windham, actually. I thought he was pretty entertaining wrestler. Of course, Matt Wilson would love the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. We're not surprised about that. So, yeah, I mean, there was some discussion that we would all hang out at in my fabulous room at Cromwell, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. I think Penny's is probably going to be over at Flamingo. I think we've got PJ at Aria and Ryan in a secret location in the desert. Ricky Steamboat, also great. Steamboat did so many had so many great matches in both WWF, as it was known back then, and NWA, WCW. His matches with Flair and his matches with Randy Savage are epic. Definitely go that way. That's right, Lex Luger. Never a huge fan of Luger. This has become a wrestling live stream. Please hit hashtag wrestling live stream, which to get some interesting people in here. There's a guy I work with who's just a huge, huge wrestling fan to this day. It's entertaining to talk to him because he will just go on and on and on, and that's cool. I saw a number of wrestling events back in the day. Saw Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant and Randy Savage and all those folks on the WWF, WWE side as well. So anyway, that's the night of the first. The second, the big event on the second, other than the fact that Pennies may get into a helicopter, I'll let him fill you in on that. But there you go. Matt Wilson served the one and only Ricky, the Steamboat Dragon. Myrtle Beach, yeah. At one time, the top 5 metropolitan areas in the United States with the greatest percentage. There you go, Andy. That's why Andy's my boy. Oh, yeah. Randy Savage was always my man, too. Before he turned good. Andy, do you remember when Randy became a good guy? Actually, it got sort of boring after that. But in any case, yeah, the top 5 metro areas in the United States for the greatest percentage of people employed in the service industries, restaurants, bars, etc., was Las Vegas, Atlantic City, Reno, Myrtle Beach, and Lawrence, Kansas. So there you go. We love Mark. Marktember is coming up as we discuss this further. On the 2nd of September, 4 o'clock at Ellis Island. If you want to participate in a Pennies for Vegas group pull, I'll bet you still could. I'll bet you you still could. Just message Mark. It's only $50. We're going to do 9 cents a spin. We'll be there for 6 days. It should be awesome. And it'll be great. Actually, Mark and I are going to be staying very close together for a couple, not together, but we'll be in the same area the last couple of days in town. So we may have to do that Texas Tea Challenge again at Treasure Island. So, yeah. But yeah, so we're doing a group poll, 4 o'clock Ellis Island on the 2nd. So definitely, if you've not signed up for that or want to participate in that, like I said, just holler at Mark. I don't think we have a whole lot of people involved, but that should be a good time. Some of us, 3 of us that day are going to a college football game at Allegiant Stadium. That would be PJ, Ryan, and I. We got tickets to, I guess, the opening game of the UNLV season. And so mostly it was a cheap ticket. Cost us like $30, and we thought it would be a great way to get to see Allegiant Stadium, preferably without literally a million people there. So we'll make our way over there. As I said, Penny's may or may not be in a helicopter. And it's my understanding that we are going to probably try and run into the slot gypsies after we finish with the game. I think they're going to be down on the south end of the strip. So that'll be our South Strip night. Maybe we'll have to hit up the Hooters at Oyo. I don't know. We'll see. But there's a lot. I really, the last couple of trips, I've really enjoyed hanging out at Mandalay and Luxor. So if we just hang out there for a few hours and play, that should be fun. And one thing about the planning we've done for this is it seems like pretty much every day there's kind of a different part of Vegas where we will be hanging out. I mean, it looks like an amazing stadium, Bears. Yeah, Arizona BYU is on Saturday. It's a little pricier, but that definitely would be a much higher profile game. We've got UNLV against Eastern Washington, which is like a FCS school. But again, we're mostly going, well, PJ's going to see if there are co-eds that are absolutely infatuated with his shirts. The rest of us are just going to check out the stadium. Got to get one of those $20 beers. So that'll be fun. So that's the third. That's the second. The third, I will be, as I say, moving over to Aria that night. I think that I think Ryan is moving downtown for the weekend, and I think Mark and Liz are going to be North Strip somewhere. I'm not sure. Yeah, actually, I'm sure, but I'll let him share it. I think they're doing a pre-show as well of some sort. Hello, DR Hamilton. Welcome to the live stream. We actually have 31 people in the house, which is pretty good on a school night. Thank you for joining us. If we get to 8:30, we'll do another shot. L&D, hello. Hey, Blair G, welcome. Good to have you with us tonight. L&D, always wanted to stay at Aria. Yeah, I had a great time. Great time the one night I stayed at Aria. Just loved the hotel. And I'm looking forward to spending a couple of nights there. This is probably the biggest win I'll have on the entire trip. If those of you who don't know the story, and I think Mark was able to do this as well. Mark and Liz were able to do this as well. But actually through the My Vegas app, we were able to score 2 weekend nights at Aria for free over Labor Day weekend. MLife said it normally would have cost me $680. So that's absolutely awesome. Yeah, I really like the beds at Aria as well, Slot Gypsies. Thank you. That's a good point. I'm not a huge fan of the beds at Wynn, but I do like the beds at Aria. And I just like, there's some places where I really like the hotel component of the resort, not necessarily so much the casino itself or necessarily everything else, but I really like the hotel. I mean, one place that's like that, I really like Paris. I think the hotel itself is much sort of classier than the casino and the public areas. And Aria is another property where I really love the hotel itself. There you go, Kino Kid. Aria Vidara has the best beds. I got to do Vidara one of these days. Absolutely. Yeah, Matt, Aria is kind of out there. And he's for Vegas. You know, the best reason to subscribe to my channel, Mark's channel, PJ's channel, heck, who knows, maybe Anastas will come out of retirement, is God only knows what sort of insanity and sort of misanthropy will emerge from us spending so much time together. Here, how does she do it this way? Oh yeah, absolutely. But no, I've already warned everybody that, you know, if we all just need a break, just call in and say, I'm not doing anything today. I'm staying away from you asses. I'm just gonna have fun. See, Pennies is so popular, everybody's talking to him in the live stream. But hey, if news gets out that Pennies is in this live stream, it will entirely become it will blow up. It will break the internet. There you go. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure. As far as I know, as far as folks that are going to be in the house, like I said, I think we know Tom and Mindy are coming to town. The Kinos are coming to town. Cinnamon Girl will be in town starting the 5th for a few days. And I know there are other folks as well. But I know we're so let's move on to the 3rd. You know what's going on the 2nd? Yeah, Kino, you do not have the option to ignore Mark. Unless Mark has the option to absent himself from any day. I was saying earlier today that there's a pretty good chance that we will just lose Ryan for like 36 hours at some point. And that's okay. Because, you know, we all need a break once in a while. But the 3rd is not going to be a break for anybody. Steph, why you got to be pimping for Cinnamon Girl? She getting so many subscribers. She out of control. She's not even here tonight. What is she doing? Getting her bank card reinstated? I don't know what's going on. That's all right. Matt, I will, and I'm going to say the same thing that I think PJ said last time that I talked to him. Unless I win like thousands and thousands of dollars on this trip, I will not be at Rocktober this year. I know there's going to be a lot of people there that I would really like to meet, people that I haven't met, but financially speaking, it is just not going to work this year. My income has taken a little bit of a dive, and as a lot of you know, I just recently got a new vehicle, so I don't have quite as much disposable income. This is the reason I'm going to Vegas when Mark is there, is that I need his Pennies for Vegas advice so that I can do that. And there you go. Almost on cue, the one and only Ryan. I have met PJ before. I have met Mark before. I'm really looking forward to meeting Ryan. Really looking forward to meeting Liz. It should be really cool. You know, I talk to these people online almost every day, and we've gotten to be really good friends, but it will be very cool to actually see them in person. So there you go. All right, so we're going to talk about the September 3rd next. We're almost ready. All right, we have a question from L&D Adventures. How's the Mazda treating you? I really like the car, Lisa and Drew. Really happy with it. Those of you who don't know, about 3.5 months ago or so, I leased a new vehicle, Mazda CX-30, and I really like it. I have no complaints. Bobby G, thank you for joining us. I think Bobby G is going to be around from time to time while we're in Vegas. We may have to summon him on Uber. Knows we need to get around. I just assumed Keno Kid, once he got there, would just give us rides wherever we wanted to go. Four horses. Four horsemen are myself, PJ, Mark, and Ryan. And again, our manager is Liz. I never. Oh, there you go, Cinnamon Girl. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. If you're not watching Bobby G's videos, I mean, I guess for some of them, you have to be kind of a video poker fan. I enjoy his video poker vlogs. He's had some good wins lately, or at least has held his own. And he's also reviewing a lot of the prime rib options in and around Laughlin. So definitely check him out. He just hit 1,000 subs as well. Cinnamon Girl. So, oh, yeah, again, Cinnamon, thank you. So, yeah, I love the video poker too. It can be very, very volatile sometimes, particularly when you like the double bonus. Yeah, thank you, Bobby G. All right. But yeah, it's great to see that Anastas was able to join us tonight. It still would not surprise me if PJ reared his head or headed his rear, whichever the is. It could be. Yeah, I like to play the double bonus, Matt, and that gets kind of scary. I'll probably take a couple of shots at that at some point during the trip, but you know what I like, Matt? You talk about the 5-cent denom. I like the 5-cent denom where you do the what is it, like the Ultimate X or some of those games. I also like playing like the 100 play games. It's like $5 a spin, but it's 100 different games. It's Vegas Visual in the house. Excuse me. Yeah, definitely. Obviously, yeah, you're right. Ultimate X is VP crack. Bobby, I'll tell you, maybe I don't know if Keno's still here, but there's like an Ultimate X Keno game, which is also crack. Oh my God. I know they had it at Flamingo when I was there the last time, and it's just like I blew through $100, but it was fun. It is and if you could hit that game just right, you could seriously make some money. But I guess that's true about all games. I'm assuming everybody in the house is all up in the Vegas Visual business by now. But if you're not, you should subscribe. It is 8:30, and that means it is time for another shot. Yeah, it absolutely is. Anastas needs to try crack. I probably know some people that could help you out there. I don't know Alice. Okay, talk amongst yourself. I'll be back with another shot here in about 35 seconds. Yes, I came back this time. Alice in Casino Land. All right, we'll have to check that out. I don't do a whole lot of slot channels anymore, but I will subscribe to them because it's a nice thing. Is Vegas to Cali I need to find out. Are you a what do you call it on the channel here? Are you a mod? Need to make her a mod if she's not a mod. Hey, Destiny, Jeff, whatever you want to be called today. Oh, yeah, Vegas to Cali does have a wrench. Okay, good. Hey, Wilson, $9.99 super chat. Thank you, guys. Not necessary at all, but much appreciated. $10 for 5-cent Ultimate X. What is that, like 6 pulls? Yeah, I don't know who I've made. Hey, 37 people in the house. Thank you. I don't know. I don't even know some of you all, but thanks for watching. Last I looked, we only had 27 thumbs up. We should have 37 thumbs up. That's okay. That's right. I think both Bobby G and Vegas to Cali are our 2 most recent members of the 1,000 subscriber club. So congratulate them. If you're not following them or subscribe to them, please do so. There's Penny's talking to Cinnamon. They are the best. I assume all the thumbs downs on all the live streams are marked. And it doesn't really matter because any reaction is actually good. Almost 1100. Bobby G is blowing up. That prime rib the other day did not look good. That did not look good, man. That was not a good looking meal at Aquarius. Denise, are you joining us next weekend? I thought Denise was going to be in the house for a couple of days. Oh, by the way, shot of vodka. Thank you all. DR Hamilton, 30 nickels for play, $1.50. Ooh. Yeah, you looked a little queasy after that. All right, great. Well, I know Denise wants to meet Ryan. I don't know about the rest of us. I'm not a huge prime rib guy. I think Cinnabob is semi-retired, Cinnamon. Only you can bring him out of retirement. Yeah, what was the prime rib you did before Aquarius? That one looked really good. I can't remember what it was, but that one looked really good. The other place that looked amazing was that little like food court place with all of the like, was it like Filipino food? Or I'm not a huge Asian food fan, but it's really cool. Okay, we need to get back to the show so we can wrap this thing up. By the way, if you're up late tonight or if you're on the West Coast where it's not really that late, the Bighorn Cafe. Yeah, that one looked pretty good. Looked like a better deal as well. Nastas has a special on meet and greet packages. By the way, so do I. If anyone wants a meet and greet package with me. Hello, up and on our way. Thank you for joining us. Beast at Circa is supposed to be good. Beast. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Matt. But anyway, so we're going to talk about our activities on the 3rd. Enrique and Melissa, 8 East. Yeah, I've heard that is the same proprietor as the Thai restaurant downtown, whose name escapes me at the moment. Probably because the alcohol is beginning to kick in. Is anybody eating at Barry's there? I've heard that steakhouse is also really, really good. Vegas Visual, you trying to pick a fight with Bobby G tonight? There's no fisticuffs allowed here in the chat. Honestly, I am not a huge prime rib guy myself, just because I think probably good prime rib probably needs to be cooked fairly rare and also has a lot of fat content. Yeah, Latai, there you go, Matt. Thank you. And neither one of those is something I'm a huge fan of, but it certainly can be a very juicy, flavorful cut of meat if you are so inclined. I don't know if I said hello to Up, and Our Way, but thank you for joining us. 36 people still in the chat. So the 3rd of September, wisely, most of the early part of the day is open. We've left a lot of open time. Yeah, I think I need to try Saginaw's the next time. I had went to the burger place, and it was good. It wasn't great, but it was good. If I went there again, I think I'd try the wings instead of the burger. So on the 3rd, at some point during the day, we're going to probably kind of reconnoiter at Resorts World since none of us have been there. At least I don't think any of us have been there. And check the place out a little bit. And then, that's right, open time and Nasta's sleeping time. Actually, yeah, my expectation is we'll lose Anastas sometime on the 4th and not find him until the evening of the 5th. But we are all going, the Horseman and Liz are all doing dinner at the steakhouse at Circus at 6 o'clock on that Saturday. It's one of those sort of places that people talk about going and they never quite get around to it. And I don't know if it's going to be the greatest place at all, but it's a place I think we've all thought about going. And so we're going to do it. So, hey, Buck Savage, thank you for joining us in the chat. I know Buck frequently comments on my videos, which means he has a lot of time on his hands. Thank you. We might, I think Anastas is moving downtown that day, so you may have to wake him up and make sure that he gets to the steakhouse. And then we're going to go downtown, which should be really interesting on a Friday night, Labor Day weekend. I believe we are going to be hopefully finding the beer store dude. I don't know how many of you follow Don Redmond on YouTube or Twitter or Facebook or whatever, but he's an interesting guy. I know the last time that he was in town with Mark, they did a little beer tour. So we'll probably do a little bit of a pub crawl that night. Like I said, I'm a little scared about the number of people that are going to be around, but we're going to give it a try. Thank you, LA Shadow, Reconnoiter. And LA Shadow, so one opportunity to probably run into the gang would be that Friday night on Fremont Street. So going to be around. So yeah, it could be a little bit crazy that night. And we'll see how that ends. But that's the 3rd. And then the 4th, with the exception of Ryan, who's a rebel and somewhat antisocial at times, all of us that day and night will be staying at Aria, or Area, as Mark likes to say. But yeah, I agree with you, Walt. I'll pass on the effing blue crap. So we'll all be at Aria that day and night, and so I'll probably be hanging out in that area. I'm guessing Keno Kid will make an appearance at some point. Actually, I have a cousin who's going to be in town that weekend, and she may actually join our team at some point. And LA Shadow, if you're going to be in the area of Aria, Cosmo, Planet Hollywood, Park MGM on the 4th, and that may also be an opportunity to run into us all, because given the shirts that I have seen that PJ is planning to wear, we may in fact be visible from space. All I'm going to say. Denise has very much enjoyed the steakhouse. I hope we will as well. It is a really, really old school steakhouse in the sense that everything is not a la carte. You actually get sides and some things. It's not cheap, but seems like a good value. And like I said, I think we all kind of think maybe it's one of those places that maybe not be around in 5 years. And there's so many things I think we've all missed in Vegas that disappeared before we had a chance to check them out. There's a question on a rerun of Jeopardy today about Siegfried and Roy. Kind of always thought they'd be around forever, but nothing is forever. So you have to enjoy the experiences you have when you have them. What did Keno say? Who's laughing at Keno? PJ's shirt. That's right. That is correct. PJ's shirt is the Luxor Light. He thinks that these shirts are going to attract young women. Yeah, I never got to see him either. Can you imagine the opportunity, though, if you'd gotten to see Frank Sinatra or Elvis Presley? Even if you'd gotten the chance to see the buffet at Aria, apparently it's never coming back. It is, yeah, it's, we just never know. And I think we've all learned over this past summer how fragile everything can be in our lives. And so I know for me, I don't know if my trips to Vegas are going to be quite as frequent in the future. But honestly, this trip, yeah, Donnie and Marie, Del, I got to tell you, I had a crush on Marie Osmond when I was like 8 years old. And I kind of still do. It looks pretty good. I don't know, just saying. But yeah, so this, it's other than the trip that I took on my 50th birthday, which was also basically a week long, and had I think ultimately we had about 8 or 9 people that celebrated with me at my wraparound suite at the Cosmo. But other than that trip, I don't know that there's a trip that I've been looking forward to more than this one. And of course, part of that is just being able to get back to Vegas and savor the experience. And part of it is meeting people I haven't met before. And part of it is just celebrating life and celebrating the opportunity to get back to Vegas. There's still people in Canada and overseas who are still thinking, oh my God, when are we ever going to have a chance to come back? Has anybody ever done the, oh my God, what is it called? It's out on West Sahara. I know that Norma Helly, because I watch her before I go to bed at night, has gone there before. Has a happy hour. What is it called? It's kind of a steak place that has some really good happy hour specials. And I cannot think of what it's called. But just curious if anybody's ever been out that way, because it looks like a really cool place. And if nobody, Herb and Rye, that's correct, Del. Always count on Neon Vacation, the second oldest Vegas vlogger, according to Vegas Visual. He and I are going to have a summit one day and discuss being old and talking about Vegas. Doesn't look like it's going to happen in September, but it'll happen someday, hopefully soon. Definitely. And actually, I'm going to have a chat with Del sometime completely off the record, because I think he has stories to tell that are there may still be a statute of limitation involved. On Mark Cosmo, the go-go dancing drop in the sky. Yeah, I can believe that. Oh my God, Bond Bar. Anybody remember that shadow bar at Caesars where you could watch what looked like naked women through a screen? For some reason that seemed incredibly valuable. You know what I miss from Vegas? You know what I miss from Vegas? is having a chance to spend a few hours in the afternoon over at the Olympic Gardens. That's right. Anybody remember the OG? Come on, admit it. You remember the OG? Yeah. Well, hey, we're active. That's right. Shadow. Mark finally woke up when he heard Shadow Bar. So, so Andy woke up too. Yeah, it's pretty easy. I do two floors OG. Yeah, yeah. I guess the second floor is the male dancers. It was it was actually a really chill place in the afternoon, Matt. You go in there, go drop in at like 4:30, get a couple hours where you had like regular price beers. I remember there was a waitress there. She was not at all attractive, at least to me. But a really, really nice person. Seemed like maybe she had emigrated from Eastern Europe. And she would I was there so many times between like the mid 90s to the mid 2000s that when I went back, she always remembered me. So that was pretty cool. Um, yeah. And, I'm always a big fan of the gentlemen's clubs in the afternoon, to be honest with you. Oh, wake up, Andy. Andy just drifts in and out of sleep. So pretty much he's now Mark. We just get Mark some edibles. Can we get Mark some edibles in Vegas? Because I think that would make a live stream that would be impressive. Yeah, I'm thinking the waitress at the OG and a couple of the bartenders at Orleans are probably the two groups of people who actually remember me, who remembered me um, on my trips to Vegas. Okay, we got one more shot, and we will walk you through the rest of the trip here quick. I said I'd try to be out of here around 9. I did also start to tell you that if you are insomniac or if you are on the West Coast where it's not that late, join Michael Movestro, who should be here tonight, but he's an asshole. No, we love Movestro. 10:30 my time, so I think 8:30 Vegas time. If you have not checked out his channel, he is a legend in Vegas blogging and vlogging. And he's been doing some fun DGen Heaven stuff from time to time. I actually coerced him into doing one tonight. He has his own slot machine at home. So you want to just like go in, hang out. He'll let you play. He'll give you like $1,000 or some crazy amount that you can play on his slot machine. And there are actually prizes for the winners, but I'm never going to get any of them. So PJ had to recharge his shirt. Oh God. Oh my God. Blair G. Awesome, buddy. Well, it's not like we even know you. Moostro cooks at this time with his wife. I need a wife to cook with. Find me a wife in Vegas. All right, back with our final shot of the night. And we will wrap up our discussion of Vegas 47. By the way, it's Vegas 47 because this will be my 47th trip to Las Vegas. Although some people might say the 48th. Give Pete. PJ's not coming on here. Well, we'll see if we can give PJ the link. I don't know. We'll be right back. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Anybody else notice that Bobby G basically uses the same music as Matt Bridger? Just gonna say, PJ, your honor has there is no honor. We've been giving you crap all night long. There you go. Let's see. Coming over the falls. That's right. Give me the link, John. I can't give you the link right now. I'm in the middle of the actual broadcast. If somebody wants to go way back in the chat and find a link to get into this. All right. So we talked about the 4th of September. We're all going to pretty much be at Aria, except Ryan, who's going to be in hibernation. So we'll have a good time mid-strip. So definitely, if you see us out and about, say hello. The 5th is Marktember. 8 o'clock, Ellis Island. We're back at Ellis Island. Again, I don't know why. What's so funny about the 5th is that, no, it probably isn't. Yeah. Yeah, that's all right. I don't need a co-host today. We'll hook PJ up during Marktember. The only thing planned on the 5th is everybody seems to be moving. Ryan will still be downtown, but PJ's got to move downtown. I'm going to move way out to the Orleans for one night because the only thing I could find that was reasonably priced on that Sunday, and by reasonably priced, I mean free, was the Orleans. There you go. There you go, Anastas. You got it. That's what I'm talking about. And so I'll be at the Orleans. A couple of people will be downtown. I think Mark and Liz will still be at Aria or Area Kino. So the one day we're all supposed to get together, we're going to be about as far apart as possible. But 8 o'clock, I'm afraid that I believe all of the seats at the tables at the front porch or the front yard or whatever it is are spoken for at this point. But we'll be there from about 8 to 10 o'clock, and then we'll probably be hanging out in the casino, or there is a possibility that there will be karaoke, or as I can't say it the way Ace does, karaoke. So yeah, but so we may do some karaoke. I'm thinking maybe Cinnamon and Ace might be down for that. And the reason, of course, for the 5th is it is Mark's birthday. And my birthday actually is the next day. So if we can all make it to midnight without passing out. Oh, God, why are you poking the bear? There you go. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, so that'll be happening on the 5th, into the 6th. So who knows? Yeah. There you go. So that's the 5th, and then there really isn't any specific plans on the 6th and 7th. I think there may be some people chilling out at the pool. Who knows? I will be moving to Encore for the last 2 nights of my trip, and I think we'll enjoy that. I know there's several people staying at Encore during the trip. Did I say Encore or Aria? Be at Encore the last 2 nights. And so I think that'll be fun. I look forward to checking that out. I've enjoyed my stays at the Wynn, and I think I will enjoy my time at Encore as well. So I will be, like I said, chilling out mostly on the 6th. So if you see me on that day, hey, wish me a happy birthday, buy me a drink or something like that. We'll definitely take it. So there you go. So there you go. Plenty of love in the chat tonight. hey, we're a family. Families squabble from time to time over things, and we'll try to keep it from getting too out of control. But so to again to get back with everyone, to get back to the original question, be in town for 7 nights. I think Ryan is also going to be in town for 7 nights. I think PJ 5.5 days. I think, and then obviously Mark will be there actually a couple of days beforehand. I think Mark and Liz are definitely heating up. Heating up? They might be heating up. Are definitely planning to do a bunch of buffets. So it should be really interesting to hopefully they'll do some videos of that. I'm going to try to do some videos as well. Definitely do room tours, which we like to do. Maybe do some stuff along the way, showing you some of the foods that I eat. And if I can think of something interesting to show you while I'm in Vegas, I will. There's also a very good chance. Thank you for the premature birthday wish, Tina. Appreciate that. But yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of lives on this trip for me. And they may not be epic, but I may just decide to turn it on and go live for an hour or so. So again, if you're not clicked on that notification bell, do it. And don't eat on camera. Hey, there's people eating on camera with like 1.5 million subscribers. I think Vegas Visual asked if I was a mover or a nester. When I started this trip, I originally booked 7 nights at Bally's. I was like, I'm just not moving. And somehow it turned into like 4 different hotels in 7 nights, which is not nearly as bad as 4 hotels in 5 nights, which I did on one trip. So, yeah, but just don't eat on camera. Uh-oh. Mark says that he and I are doing a wing eating contest. I think we should do a vodka shot contest. And then afterwards, if you're still, what do you call it? If you're still vertical, then we'll go ahead and do the wing eating contest. I think we all really want to go to Hooters as we're twisted, middle-aged or old men. 4 hotels and 3 nights. I mean, it's just brutal. It's brutal. But it just seems like. So I think the other night or last night, I think Mark posted a link to the Stage Door website. It said you can get a liter of vodka for $9.99. I was like, just deliver one in the morning and we'll be all good. Yeah, Slut Gypsies are doing a group poll as well, maybe several. I don't know. If you guys want to promo that right now, feel free. I don't know if my budget will allow me to participate in such things. Yeah, 5 hotels and 9 nights is not terrible. But it would be awesome to just stay in one spot. But and I think most of the people in this room that have moved a lot would agree that the reason you move is because you have the opportunity to get comps or a very, very good room rate. And that is the one thing where it's like folks like the Kinos, obviously Vegas to Cali, Vegas Best Ideas, people that come in and have their own vehicle. It's so easy to move around. That is definitely when you want to change hotels. Seeking Vegas Sunrise. What the hell? $49.99 super chat. I mean, thank you. That's awesome. I feel like it's slot lady all of a sudden. But thank you so much for that. I do appreciate that. That will allow me to buy Mark all of the Caesars that he needs during the trip. Yeah, that's I'm overwhelmed. Thank you guys for that. Look forward to meeting up with you guys in Vegas one of these days, Anthony and Christina. And now you've definitely clinched it as best supporting actors in a vlog for the keynoting. Let's see, what did an ass say? This is going to need a guide dog. We may all need a guide dog, as long as we don't need a wheelchair. That's the important thing. We may be doing we may be posting odds at the Westgate Sportsbook as to the member of the Horsemen most likely to pass out on September the 1st. And right now, the odds are currently PJ, even money, Mark, 5-2, JR, 5-1, and Anastas, 99-1. So if you'd really like to make some money, you have to put some dollars down on Anastas to pass out. I'm pretty sure he's still going to be live and in charge the next day at like 2 in the afternoon. So there you go. But again, Christina Anthony, thank you so much for that super chat. That said, I'm almost choked up about it. So thank you. That's very nice. Wheelchair races. Yeah, you're all going to prison, and I'll take you there. So anyway, so that's kind of how the trip's going to go. There is an outside chance. We found out just like a couple of weeks ago, maybe not even that long ago, that on the morning of September the 8th, when pretty much all of us except PJ are leaving town, that Main Street Station is opening up again at like 6 in the morning. And we're like, we could get a cab down there and check it out. And even the buffet is open again. And I don't know. I mean, odds are that that last night in town will be ugly, as it often is. So I don't know, but it'd be so great to return to the site of my greatest Vegas triumph ever, my nearly $2,300 Vegas poker win, particularly since it hasn't been open on the last 2 trips. But I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, look at that. Andy is specifically requesting that we go to Main Street Station. PJ, you are the Rodney Dangerfield of vlogging. You might as well embrace it and just change your channel from Uber DC to No Respect, and you'll be fine. 777s. Andy, good night. Take care of yourself. Hope you get some encouraging news in Boston tomorrow. Stay in touch. As always, we are there for you. And hope that you will let us know if you need anything. Yeah, it's been what? Almost, has it been almost 2 weeks? Yeah, I think it has. Almost $15,000 for Andy and Simone. And they have definitely have a difficult road ahead of them, but we're continuing to keep them in our thoughts and prayers, and know that a lot of great things can happen out there. Exactly. Keno Kid, good speed, strong indeed. Ryan, good night, Andy, definitely. SVS, you've got this, Andy, indeed. Blair G, Andy, I would post, but I'm talking, so I don't need to post. So good speed, strong indeed. Andy leaves. If somebody can verify that Andy leaves, I have something I was going to share with you all. But he has to leave. He and Simone have to be gone, or I can't do it. All right. It is 9:07. We're going to wrap this thing up here shortly. I'm going to let you think if you have any other additional questions about Marktember. I think if I saw correctly, Mark and Liz are going to be in town starting on Monday night. And I think they're going to do an arrival live stream. And so definitely, I'm sure you're all subscribed to Mark, but definitely you'll want to check that out on the on their channel. And if you haven't subscribed to Camp Pennies, Mark and Liz have spun off their camping channel, cooking channel, their life channel. So definitely subscribe to that. Anybody want to drop that link in, they can. So who's dancing? SVSS. But I don't know what. Candy's out of control. We call her four-wheel Candy. I miss the daily Pennies videos. I used to come home. There was like about a month. I would come home and I would get a couple of drinks. I would get some milk or some tea or something, get a couple of sandwiches, and I would settle in for my Pennies lunchtime videos. And now it's just not there as often. So hopefully it will be soon. Well, I got to think Liz's cooking videos are going to be on the Camp Pennies page. And because Liz will be the star of the Camp Pennies page, it'll ultimately have like 1 million subs. We haven't seen Liz tonight. Hope Liz is well into the wine. I'm about to be on my final shot of vodka. So talk amongst yourselves. And again, if you have any questions about Vegas 47, I will be back in about 30 seconds to answer them. Otherwise, we're going to wrap this thing up. Daily Mark is too much, asked Liz. Well, it is for Liz because she has to deal with it 24/7. I just get like 15 minutes of it, which works for me. Exactly, SVS. Christina and Anthony, and I'm not just saying this because you just gave me $49.99, but I loved their Pennies and Liz at Home videos. They were awesome. Even when you just like stole all of my Vegas tips and tricks, I was still cool with it. All right, be back in a minute. We'll wrap this thing up. Thank you for joining us tonight. Wow, still 30 people in the house. That's great. 33 thumbs up, Pennies with the thumb down. Thank you. He's borrowed that concept. That's right. Good night, Slot Gypsies. We'll see you in about 8 days, I think. Daily Mark is too much. You are wrong, Keno Kid. Everyone needs their daily mark. That should, instead of Camp Pennies, it should have been the Daily Mark. And yeah, definitely shout out to the mayor. borrowed that. That's right. He did borrow that concept. You know, there is no copyright on Vegas tips and tricks. We've all there are maybe a handful that I kind of give myself credit for. I remember I think I was the first one to come up with the whole go get the $2.49 tall boys at the Caesars properties, in which Mark loved that one, of course. But I mean, honestly, we all steal from each other. I've stolen from so many people, and it's not stealing if you're polite. All right, final shot of the night. Well, maybe not. The final one you're going to watch. By the way, JP will be going to Vegas. Here, maybe he can be here real quick. Yeah, JP, I'm going to Vegas. So JP will be in Vegas, so I am sure that he will be trouble. Were you ever part of the Everything Las Vegas? SVS, I am still in the Everything Las Vegas Facebook group. It is the the Facebook group that has the reputation for the "we're on our way" videos. Everybody posts a picture of themselves in the plane or whatever. Yeah, no, I'm still a member of Everything Las Vegas. Other than the people who's are friends of mine, like you know, Matt or Nikki or Mark has a group. Dave and Michelle has a group. If you're going to be in Vegas mid-September, I'm not sure exactly the dates. Definitely connect with David and Michelle. We worked to visit Vegas. They're doing the Summit 3. I was fortunate enough to be a part of Summit 1 and 2. So definitely a good time. They're probably going to end up at the Beer House, where they have the Space Dust IPA, which turns me into a pool of Jello. Used to do a little recruit from Marcy to Rossi. Yeah, wow, Marcy. I haven't seen anything from her on Facebook in a while. I think we're friends. And then SVS, I had an opportunity, I think about three and a half years ago. I ran into Peter, the most well-attired Vegas visitor, except maybe Ace. Ran into him downtown on Fremont Street. He bought me a beer. Peter Briggs, I think. And then also friends with like Leanne Potter, Michelle, who's the I think admin on that group. I think she created it. I know she's had some difficult health issues as well lately, but yeah, very familiar with it, and that's cool. I know she's not here tonight because she's also working, but so many of us have connections to so many other Vegas groups, and Vegas bulletin boards, and Vegas channels, and it's just great that we've all been able to kind of reconnect. JR, do you still have the stone tablets from your first review? You know what? I should go back 25 years, and I have actually some photos that were taken on my first trip. I didn't take them, but a friend of mine did, and so there's actually some photos from the April 1996 trip, and maybe I could do an actual review with some voiceovers and some music and stuff, and call it Vegas 1. I'm thinking about doing that on this trip, is doing at least a couple of days where I just take a bunch of stills and then just kind of narrate over it. So yeah, and yeah, and also Seeking Vegas Sunrise. I think Everything Las Vegas also is connected to Solo Las Vegas. I think that's kind of a spin-off group. So I'm in that one as well, and then like I said, all my friends groups. But we are just about going to hit 35,000 members on the Facebook group, which is humbling. If you're not in our Facebook group, it's probably because we kicked you out because you're a jackass. But that's okay. We still welcome jackasses here in the chat. But yeah, ask anybody who's ever tried to manage a Facebook group, and it is exactly. It's hard to say it's actually a pleasant experience, but it is rewarding to know that there's so many people um, who are interested in Las Vegas. The running joke in the Vegas Tips and Tricks Facebook group is don't hashtag don't suggest the green door, because there's at least a few jackasses who are probably people after my own heart that go on there and every time some new couple or group of people go on there, it's like, well, what should we do in Vegas? And someone suggests to go to the Green Door, which is a swingers club. So it's probably not for everyone. Maybe for Anastas, probably not for everyone. Yeah, I'm sure you have. Ryan's still with us tonight. Hopefully he'll still be with, well, God, a week from tonight. It's only going to be 7:17. I'm still going to be in the air. And wow, going to be a late night. So anyway, we're down to 28 people in the chat. These live streams are great because you get so many watch hours out of them. And I think this has actually been a pretty fun live stream, and I appreciate those of you who joined me again. It's a school night for a lot of you. Yeah, swingers definitely hate single guys. Uh-oh. Now Penny's and Mark and Ryan are going to get into it. I'm sure they'll get into it a week from tonight too, but hopefully it'll be a little later in the evening by the time that happens. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm really looking forward to this trip. Looking forward to meeting some of you that I haven't. Looking forward to reconnecting with some of you I have. Did Andy and Simone leave? I think they did. If any of you are interested in a very sort of permanent kind of, I'm not going to say tribute, but kind of an act of solidarity with our friends Andy and Simone, beyond just donating money, and God knows, nearly 15,000 donated. That's just amazing. Let me know. Our newest moderator in the Facebook group, our good friend Kevin McDonald from Dublin, Ireland, has an idea that he'd like me to share with some of you. It's probably not an idea I'm going to follow through on. But it may be something, it's not a bad idea. But if any of you are interested in hearing more about it, let me know. I can send you a little voice clip that he sent me. And it's not a bad idea. So anyway, hit me up one way or the other. Most of you are, if you're not, most of you are in a Facebook Messenger with me, or several of them. PJ, yeah, there's a pretty good chance. Good thing to bring up. We have tried to, as much as we've tried to plan out this trip, we've also tried to be realistic about all the sort of official activities. And obviously we have the meetup on the 1st at the stage door. We have this group pull on the 2nd. We have the steakhouse and downtown on the 3rd. And we have Marktember on the 5th/6th. But I do think there's a possibility. One of the things we may do on the 4th is hit up the 2-for-1 Tom's Urban deal that you can get on what do you call it? Whatever that, Vegas thing. Excuse me. The My Vegas, My Konami thing. So yeah, so we may do that on the afternoon of the 4th at some point. at Tom's Urbans at New York, New York. I like New York, New York. I want to stay there sometime. I think they need to redo the rooms. Why didn't they redo the rooms at New York, New York instead of changing Park MGM from Monte Carlo? That's all I'm saying. The good, that's actually a good idea. If we don't do anything else, Tom and Mindy, that would be fun to actually get a bunch of us, maybe a dozen or more of us together and do the 360 move. Yeah, that would be really cool, actually. That's a great idea. Thank you for sharing. And Steph, thanks for sharing all of the things you've shared tonight, including the GoFundMe page for Andy and Simone. They have a difficult road ahead of them. We will continue to support them, continue to think about them, continue to pray for them, those of us who are so inclined. And but I do think it's a reminder to all of us that we don't know what's ahead of us. That information is not provided to us, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately. Maybe we don't want to know. But as these past couple of years, with all of the things we've all been dealing with, whether it be COVID or personal difficulties along the way, or just not being able to do the things we want to do, we need to cherish the opportunities that we do have. And I'm certainly going to cherish my opportunity starting a week from tonight to go back to Vegas and to spend some time with people that I care about, people that are very close friends of mine. And whether you're going to Vegas in the next week or two, or the next month or two, or not any time in the near future, I hope that you will also take the time to cherish your experiences and cherish the people around you that you care about. So we just don't know what's ahead of us. And I think on that note, yes, Steph, we appreciate you as well. Steph's become an important part of our community as well. Daisy's awesome. Great kid. Yeah, I could, if you want me to, I could stick around and cry, but I've cried on camera enough. And again, this isn't about me. It isn't about anything specific, although I think we can all think of things that are specific. I lost my dad in the past year. It was his time. He knew it. He was ready to go. And I think we've all lost people we've cared about over the last couple of years. And so, again, cherish the days you have in front of you. Cherish the opportunities you have with your friends and family. And for those of us who are going to have that opportunity, cherish your times in Las Vegas, because they are special times for all of us. And they are good times for all of us. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this thing up. Obviously, if any of you ever want to ever have anything you need to share with me, most of you are all my friends on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. So just message me and I'll get back with you. I appreciate all of you for joining me tonight. I'm surprised that actually we had so many people do so. And again, on a school night, in about 1 hour, our friend Michael Movestro is going to go live with his DGen Heaven. So definitely do join him for that. I'll be there if I'm still awake, and I'm not that drunk, so I probably will be. But should be fun. And I'll be back on Saturday. I will be doing another episode of Vegas Weekly. I don't know what it's going to be about. We'll do something. And then on Monday, I'll be doing my podcast, which is pretty cool. And then a week from tonight, there'll be a lot of activity in and around Las Vegas. And we hope to see some of you there. And until then, folks, thank you, Steph. Steph has been promoted to my official chief moderator, my chief, whatever that is. But thank you for all the links you've dropped into the channel tonight. Look forward to seeing you the next time that we have that opportunity. Look forward to seeing all of you very soon. And like I said, we will be back on Saturday. But until then, I hope that all of you have a great, lucky, and healthy week. Take care of yourselves and each other. And until then, see you soon. Good night.